favourites again. You want it? You're that man, Rocco.
Welcome everybody to Sydney Harbour on a very blustery Sunday. Breeze is in the southeast, and today we are into our third weekend of the Australian National Championships, a sprint series. So today we have races 5 and 6. On board today in the commentary roles is Andrew Buckland and Steve Quigley, and with about 4 minutes to go, Steve, who do you think is going to deal best with this breezy day and short courses?
Thanks, Wazza. Welcome, viewers. It's an amazing day in Sydney Harbour. I'll start with how we see it up the course first. I think you know it's really fresh. It's a good, solid southeast. I think that I think the boats that stay upright clearly are going to dominate the day. So your strategy is going to be don't crash, don't capsize, don't drop your spinnaker in the water. And I think to that end, the guys with the good crew work, the guys like AOL, ASCO, Smeg, Kitchen Maker, and I'm also going to pick Rag and Famish as well. We've got 2 races, as you said. We're not even halfway through this championship yet. It's a race, after the first race we'll be halfway. And it's still a very wide open championship.
And part of the strategy, guys will be getting to the start on time. There's going to be a few that will definitely miss that. We're around about 3 minutes to go. My stopwatch is...
we're actually inside 3, was it? Yeah. It's like 2:40.
Okay, so they're not going to start.
The starter is on GPS time, so he will start at 2:45 exactly. So I'd say already there's a few boats in trouble. So
Bucko, it's you were saying that this isn't really panning out as to your prediction or the forecast. You're saying it's a little bit more than expected at this time of day?
Yeah, I mean, for the viewers, it's funny synoptic situation. We're just in the middle of a whole lot of low pressure, little cells out in the Tasman Sea, and this morning the cold front pressed through here in Sydney around 11 o'clock, but the wind speed has been beyond what was anticipated by most of the models, or all of the models, I think, for at least about an hour. But I do see signs of it lightening now, and the air's getting cooler, so the thermal punch up that it gets is probably dissipating, and we might be back near to regulation territory, Steve, I think. Below 25 anyway, and perhaps down to 20.
Well, it looks pretty fresh up there. And what are the boats? What are we saying? The Kitchen Maker probably won't make Del's make it. Vinport, another one that won't make it on time for this start.
Yeah, and there's still boats coming out of the moorings. So, ASCO's about to have a swim. Oh no, they've saved it. Quite a few of the boats have reefed, Wazza, which I think is a good. No, ASCO haven't saved it. Actually, they're the ASCO fans. They're in the water. So look, it's the simple things. Get to the start on time and stay upright today.
Okay, that's 1 minute.
So we're down to 1 minute, and if we had a closing remark about all the above, we'd say old age and treachery will win here.
Yeah, I think John Winning.
So I'd be backing Brett Van Munster and John Winning and their guys.
Yeah, look, I think that's pretty wise. Not sure why my guys knocked the chute off early, but they've still got a long way to go to make the start. But if you look down the start line, there's Woody, AOL, Smeg, Triple M. And behind us, Ilvy and DeLonghi. Simon Nern would definitely be a chance today. So anyway, we're inside. There's 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, well, Delzotto and Kitchen Maker's got to pull off a 2-sail drive just out of shot. They won't be too far behind, and I think there's going to be a few capsizes. So it's really going to be about surviving this first one, that's for sure. Okay, here we go.
Very volatile.
5 seconds.
We're racing. Amazing.
Yandu down towards the port end. Smeg just above them.
2 laps windward leeward. Cork's axis about 160. 6 boats more or less on the line at the gun. And if you can stay upright, I suspect you'll be on the podium. Breeze pretty volatile though, Steve. We just saw it lift off. It just reexerted itself down where we are here at the start line. But big stripes, big bands of wind. Rag and Famish started on port, and they presently probably are leading the race.
Yeah, they've punched out there quite nicely and sort of tucked in. They got their one reef.
They didn't survive the two-sail drive, was it?
Smeg's leading on the other side.
Yeah, Asco.
Wow. So the first demolition derby of the summer, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Triple M's drive. Meg. Yandu in there. We're just trying to get our drone back on board, and then we'll get a closer view of what's going on over that side. Finport was late. They'll come into view in a second.
Yeah. But right where we are now, right down back into regulation sailing territory now. Breeze below 20 where the boat is. A good line coming down the harbour, but
yeah, Finport without a reef in bucker.
Yeah, not survival conditions anymore, I don't think. Which it could well have been.
Get Christoph there.
Good shot there at Finport, just going into the face of a squall. And it does get a bit violent here. The air temperature's gone down a bit in the last hour as the cloud has turned up. So the water temperature's 24 and the air's probably about 24, so it tends to get pretty turbulent down in the bottom layer.
So Finport, just to recap, Finport started late. So they're a fair bit behind Rag and Famish at the front in about the same line. Okay, Smeg now tacks on the starboard, so two different ways of going up this beat. Go and hook in with the boats on the left.
Smeg's probably backing a bit of left-hand rotation.
Yeah, that's across Yandu comes in the screen.
I think Yandu might be crossing them. No. Yes, no.
No.
No. There you go. So, line ball, and both boats going back to the left side.
Yeah, so John O'Witty just trying to get to the start on the quality marine clothing, so they're not in the equation. So it's a bit early on to really know who's doing best out of this situation. But now very strong gusts where we are.
And very wet on the camera catwalks.
Yeah.
Not good. But it is very patchy, isn't it?
It is.
Look at this little squirt coming.
Yeah.
The camera cat just about
Huge.
to go from 10, 11, 12 knots of wind to 22. Boof. But we've got a reef in, eh? Oof. Yeah, not in the race. Not in the race.
So what do you think, Bucko? It's Sneg and Yandu on the left, or Ilvy and Triple M on the right?
Keep it simple. Flood tide. I thought Rag and Famish was leading on the right edge, but they've disappeared. So where have they gone? Yep. Ilvy.
I like what Ilvy's doing, actually.
Ilvy's leading.
So just to let you know what the boys are talking about, Ilvy is out and to the right while we're looking at the Smeg that is one of the most left-hand boats coming in to probably be on lay perhaps for the top mark, but we'll of course attack when they get there.
And just up on Smeg's hip is Yandu, just slightly out of screen. Now we're on Ilvy on the right-hand side.
I think they're crossing Smeg, guys.
Yeah, no, Ilvy's leading.
Yep, Elvie with a very handy lead. Well done.
No, with regulation, rig up and Smeg with a reef, exactly. Thanks, Chits.
So Ollie Hardis, Pedro, and Charlie Grundy's in the bow today, boys. Welcome back, Charlie.
Smeg's done a good job of positioning themselves. They're nicely going to lay into the mark.
Yeah, they are, and it's there's quite big changes in angle, Bucko.
Yeah, well, we didn't say volatile for nothing, mate.
Yeah, certainly is that.
So Noakes, yeah.
So on screen at the moment we've got Noakes Sailing, who are retiring. They started early, they must have done some damage. Anyway, they're heading back to the club, which is unfortunate for Sean and the team. And back in the race, I think we've still got, it's tight between Ilvey, Smeg.
Yeah, it would look like Smeg will lead at the mark. Oh, and somebody in the tide just down there. Quality Marine Clothing, I think, Steve.
Yeah, if you can come round.
Get on Smeg, Chits, if you
Look.
can.
Or Ilvey.
Turn around a bit. What?
Still on there, boys.
Still Bay.
Yeah, Ollie Hardis doing a great job here.
Smeg on the low line, fully pressed.
Oh, Ollie just got a nasty header there.
Yep. Smeg just cruising here a bit.
Yeah. That header actually helps Smeg, so they're coming in a lot freer.
Hot.
Coming in hot. So this Barraway is going to be a
But
beauty.
he's got a good lull to bear away in. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Watch a bit of luck here, guys. Ooh, and the lull got him just as he put the bow down.
Yeah.
So pretty happy. He's in a couple of minds. He knows there's more coming, but here he goes. Got it done okay.
That was actually DeLonghi in the tide.
Was it?
Marco out off Clark Island.
Yep, got you.
Nice work by Charlie there.
The Ilvey got a nice little bit of soft wind too to bear away. So
Yeah, that is luck, isn't it?
you don't need much luck, but they've just had a little bit, I suspect.
Well, that's the first big Barraway, and in a bit of light air, and I don't see a heap coming for the next sort of 30 odd seconds. So this whole pack will get away with that also.
Wow, great tack from the Rag and Famish boys.
Yeah.
Who's the
Coming
pound?
in, we've got Triple M. Oh,
Very gusty.
yep.
Yeah, it's tough.
The Rag, Yandu, and AOL, closely followed by Finport and Asco.
Okay, I think we'll watch this go down with this pack.
Down with this pack, yeah. We better hope that these boys can get the Barraway done, was.
Nice work, was it? Skillful driving there.
Oh dear.
Oh, the Rag and Woody, very close. Oh, awesome set on the Rag there by Rory and Jacob. Fantastic job.
Jacob looks pretty sharp in the front end of that thing.
Yeah, no, that. Nice work, Jacob.
Yep.
So this whole lot hasn't got a heap of pressure at the moment, does it?
Look at
boys?
Asco at the mark. He's flapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, big breeze just on
Not
the
on screen,
inside.
but just looking back uphill a bit.
So we're on Woody,
Asco's got it done.
and he's in under Potts Point, starving a little bit for breeze. Actually, we're in a
Pretty amazing the separation that you get if you get the wrong puff or the right puff.
We're just behind us and out of shot. Asco has got plenty of pressure.
Yeah. He got to the mark
Yeah, now we've got them on shot now, so they got a lot more than that other four.
in a gale force squall.
Okay, now they're starting to light up.
Yeah.
So Triple M and AOL having a great drag race. Triple M just gets a little bit of light air. AOL sort of slots on the inside. We'll be looking for the jibe next. They'll have to jibe fairly soon.
Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. AOL on
Man,
a
they just got
screamer
launched.
there.
Here they go. Here they're setting up. AOL sets up for the jibe. There's a fast ferry approaching.
Sydney Harbour.
Yeah, this is
going to be
full
close.
on, but you just can't go wherever you feel like it in these things, can you?
Thread the needle here, brothers.
Oh, nice work by the Manly Fast Ferry boys. Slowed up and turned to port to avoid AOL.
One of your boats, Quigs?
Yep.
They've
Very responsible ferry driving there.
Yeah. They've been terrific, those guys. You know, in a general sense, that
Yeah, they are. They're good. They're very good.
They're very good. I suppose those boats are a bit more manoeuvrable than the old-fashioned monohull, though, mate.
Brett Van Munster and the boys from the lake just starting to get a bit of pressure there. Go the bow down.
Oh, they'll be loving this.
Yeah.
If they can stay upright, probably got a podium, I would say.
Come on, Phil. Better hook up there, mate.
So they've got one more jibe.
Or two, was they?
The gate, I suppose, depends how they line their gate up, doesn't it?
Yep. But he's got a nice, wet. We are wet on the camera, but he's got a nice little bit of not too much wind to do the setup in, so, and he's lifted, so he probably should be thinking about it.
A little bit early, aren't they, for that gate? Triple M coming in really hot. Got a bit better angle. This is going to be very close between Triple M and AOL.
Yeah, I think AOL do a completed job and go to the starboard hand mark.
I don't think Triple M will get there without jibing, Andrew.
No, he's got a job to do as well. Here we go. We're not, yeah, we just see AOL. Oh no, that's not AOL in shot, is it?
So the boys, so AOL have rights, but they're clear ahead anyway. So they'll be heading for the right-hand gate as we look downwind.
Oh, they're just a bit short on it. Wow.
Yeah, not coming in quite hot enough there.
That's not going to be good.
We've got Triple M just crossing our bow now, and they're jibing. Might even jibe drop. Probably heading to the left-hand mark.
Oh.
And just...
Oh, Triple M going in. They've gone.
Triple M.
Ate it.
Yeah.
Got greedy. Brett Van Munster and the boys on the appliances online have done a good job. They got a little squirt. We're in trouble on the camera cat.
Avoiding action here on the camera cat.
We're all good.
It's all good. So we've got Triple M in the tide. Just going around the mark, we've got appliances online. Coming in hot, Finport. Absolutely smoking, just inside Woody. And at the mark, AOL, Panasonic, the Rag.
Just watch the Finport here, because he's coming around this mark.
Yep, I got it.
Matty Stander working hard in the bow
Gee,
there.
that was a good drop.
Beautiful drop. Daniel Phillips on the sheet.
Saw it down there.
Yeah.
That is good.
Nice work, Matty.
Yeah, very good. So got a report that Finport has a big tear in their chute, and remember that not only is it one more leg, they've got another race after this as well.
Pretty good rip stop, mate. Should be right.
Rips out here, Bucker.
Over here. 5 boats, 6 boats. Beauty. Thank you. So, other than Smeg and Ilvy that have gone, basically they're launched. We've got a quite a good race for third happening over here. We've got AOL, the Rag, Asco, Peroni. Good to see Nick Daly back.
Quigs,
Peroni's not in the race.
sorry.
Yeah, but didn't he start late? Not sure. Yep. Okay.
So it's actually quite tight in this pack here with Yandu, Lumix, Rags, Asco, and out the front is Smeg and Ilve hanging in there really well. So Yandu getting up across, getting close to the shore. We'll have to tack in a minute.
We're on John John Winning here and Yandu. Got his reef in. Rig looking very nice, Bucko, there. The reef.
He looks a bit staggering to me, Steve. He's not able to get fast forward in the puff, so I don't know about that.
And Yandu leading in the championship, Steve, so that's a good job.
Yeah. Well, he's still... Ooh. Bit of a wobbly tack there from Yandu, but in camera we've got Smeg just
so I think we'll head up.
rocketing it away, doing it well.
We'll get up to the top mark.
Yep.
Watch line 7 here, wasn't it?
Line 7 hanging in there. Just remember they did start late and having to cope with a lot of big waves right there. So we're just chasing down our leader here, which is Lee Napton in the Smeg.
So Smeg also with a reef in, so we'll have a look at that. He looks like he's sailing pretty effectively.
Got a man in the boat at the moment, so just tidying something up. Yeah. So the three boys, Lee, Mike McKenzie, Ricky Bridge, looking very comfortable at this stage. Little crack of the jib there.
He hasn't quite laid up far enough. He's got to still do probably 3 more little tacks to get to the windward mark. But maybe not, who knows?
They've certainly extended their lead here, fellas, haven't they?
Yeah, they just burned them all.
Doing it nicely.
Go and check the barnacles and tack.
So quite a big gap. I don't know if you'll see it in the background, you can see. You got Ilve, who's in second place, and they're a long way ahead of third.
Yeah, Ilve doing a lovely job today, boys. They're
Absolutely.
Really sailing well, and they're well in front of third place, the pack at third.
I think definitely his best season so far for me.
Yeah, well, he's got a little bit more maturity nowadays with Pedro in the middle.
Yeah.
And Charlie Grundy's done a bit of sailing with, and Charlie sailed in Europe this year as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's a nice young guy, Charlie, as well. I'm very capable, so
But
I think they're showing the benefit of youth and enthusiasm and a bit of maturity on board as well.
And also dedication. He's really stuck at it, hasn't he?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
He's really put in, Ollie, and the boat has always presented 100%.
100%, and he's got a great sponsor with, you know, Claire and Ilvy really support him.
Yeah. No, it's really good.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see them getting some good results.
And he puts in on the media side as well.
Yeah, no, he's always very supportive. Go the Ilvy. No shoot.
Oh. So here comes the leader to the top mark for the last time in race 5 for the Australian Championships. And just a reminder, there'll be approximately 15-minute break after Smeg finishes before we start the second race for the day.
Smeg coming into the mark here, and there's just out of screen to the right, they're struggling to bear away because there's a monster gust coming.
Very different to the last time with the top mark. Now they're away.
Beautifully done, boys. Nice and slow, no rush.
So the wind strength of the windward mark, 10 to 20. And they just got a bit of 20, and a
Absolutely.
minute previous it was about 10. So
We should wait for a few.
we should wait. We could.
I think everyone knows who's going to win.
Well, barring accidents.
So, Bucko, it's still very fresh and exciting, but the crew's doing a pretty good job. I mean, they're probably 50% of the boat have reefs. As you said, Smeg's got a reef in. Ilvey hasn't.
Yeah.
So we'll go down. We'll go down with Ilvey. I mean, Smeg have got this unless they have a capsize. But I will give Ilvey a bit of airtime.
This is when we get the section of the book out that says what could possibly go wrong, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, the problem is they haven't got their tack line out, and that's dangerous.
And the boat. No, I think
Now they're getting
they'll
sorted.
save it. There's a bit of a knot in the chute too, but
I'll be right.
it should blow out in
knot-
this sort of breeze.
The knot will come out, I reckon.
Oh, maybe not.
Wow. That's a
It's
knot.
good knot.
It's a good knot.
It's a
There's
double
two
knot.
knots.
Oh, you might be dropping or jibing to get out of that one, boys.
Oh,
No.
There she goes.
And just in front of them, Rag and Famish in the drink.
Yeah.
So they've had a capsize. So we'll chase Ollie and the Ilvey team down.
Capsized in the tack. Dragon Famish. Wow, they're at full load there.
They are just smoking. Fantastic. A few bumps coming up, bit of airtime.
Good pitches, airtime. Fantastic.
Setting up for the
Set
jibe.
Up to jibe. Nice bit of bumpy water. Ooh.
Yeah, right in the bumpy water.
Ooh.
Well done, boys.
Not bad.
Not finished yet. We've got a guy at the back being washed out.
Charlie, get back on board, mate.
Hang on, and there's a big gust coming. There's like a mighty gust coming. They've just got it under control in time.
Wow. That's
Look
living,
at this.
That's living dangerously.
Look at this pressure,
It is.
boys.
And
And
just
a
just
line-
for the viewers back home, was it? The third, fourth, fifth boats have just gone round the top mark, and third Finport, AOL fourth, Woody fifth, Lumix sixth. Next in's going to be Asco, Rag,
What do we do?
Triple M, and then possibly the Kitchen Maker.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
And water all over the deck of the Camera Cat. That wasn't in the brochure.
No, feels like an ocean race, Bucko.
Yeah.
So we've got Man, Forehand's got in. Oh, okay. Del Zotto's coming up, which has right, so they've had to go low mode to get behind Del Zotto. So that's been well managed and well spotted early on. So that's good management.
So one more good jibe, and the Smeg just finishing as we speak.
Yeah, Pedro dropped the main there, I think, boys, so he's gone back into retrieve. He should come out, hook up, and they'll light it up again.
Yeah. So that's the distance. You can see it visually from the drone shot, the distance that Ilvey's got over that chasing pack, fighting for third.
Beautiful footage from our drone there.
Great safe jibe.
And again, for the viewers at home, out of screen, Smeg's just finished the race, a clear winner.
So that will put Smeg into the lead in the championship.
It will now, yep. I think there was only 1 point between, 1 or 2 points between them, and Woody's currently in fourth, so it's still very close, was it?
Yep, and I think,
But advantage to Smeg.
okay, and I think, Steve, this will be, from a scratch race perspective, will be Ollie's best performance since he's been in it. That's just my recollection of things, very unofficial, of course.
We'd have to go back to the history books, but I'd suggest
We're not gonna
it's
do that.
certainly one of his
We'll
best.
we'll say it.
Let's go, it's one of his best.
Great
He'd
stuff.
say, well
Yeah,
done,
great
well
stuff.
sailed.
Ilvey, Pedro, Charlie. Sorry, Ollie, Pedro, Charlie. Nice job.
And Ilva.
On Ilvey.
On Ilva. Good.
All right, so now I can pick it up where the rest of the pack is.
So she's a good fight for third. Appliances Online look like they'll be able to secure it. Or perhaps
Oh,
not.
I think the Finport.
the Finport's
I like
got
the
him.
look of the Finport.
Yeah, the Finport's got him.
It looks fresh looking up there now, doesn't it?
Yeah, back to windy again. Right.
Did you see
best, Bucko?
Did you see that the wheel was hard down back? Oh, geez, you got plenty of enthusiasm or instructions for everybody on this boat.
Oh, it's the first one I've issued today, was all right. Fucking hell.
First one he's heard.
Yeah, exactly. Quite right, boys. Finport third as we speak, and AOL just comfortable jibe. Get four.
So that chute, Steve, is that going to be an issue? Sort of in a low loaded area, isn't it? Really?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
No.
No. Look, it's right on the clue patch, 45 degrees. So you'd have to imagine that's where the load path is, from the rope up to the centre of pressure of the sail. So, look, I don't know. I'm not a sailmaker, but it's not ideal.
No,
let's put it that way.
Yeah, absolutely, it's not ideal.
But I don't think it'll stop them putting it up.
It won't, I don't think it'll care.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be right.
No, they'll go till it's gone.
It's a sizable hole.
It is.
Yeah.
Put your head through it.
Yeah.
Okay, so John winning, Yandu. Heading down to the finishing line.
So Yandu in 5.
Yep, 5.
Lumix. Not sure what they're doing.
No, well they might have had issues and just decided to get back for the second start.
Yeah, all right.
Because it is time limited.
It is. So we've got Asco.
Asco laying the pin
Coming
end,
down
I think.
towards us
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Yep.
laying the pin to finish comfortably. No more jibes. They'd be a bit disappointed with that, though, wouldn't they, Steve?
Well, they would, but you know that's been their pattern this year.
Yeah,
Really, they
yeah.
started slowly and made a few mistakes, and I'm gonna pick them now for the second race.
Yeah.
Because the rest of
Up
their
and
pattern
down.
has been this year. Once they warm up, they must be. Once they warm up, they're on fire, and they're very fast. So, you know, I'd put them down as a favourite for the second race for sure.
His thinks of time on the riding lever is like the Hall of Mirrors, and they've had a look and gone, yep,
No.
okay, got you. Interesting. So for the viewers, just explain what's the delay sequence here now, because
So the warning signal is meant to be 10 minutes after the first boat finishes.
after the first boat.
So basically 15.
It is approximate. It says
Is
in
it-
their size it's
Yeah.
approximate. So
Yeah.
it gives the starter some discretion. So he can either
Exactly.
finish the boats on the course and go straight into sequence, or he can let them finish if it looks like that they're, you know, they're going to make it in a reasonable time.
Yeah.
And I'd suggest he'll probably do the latter because we're just in a little down cycle at the moment, Bucko. You know, there's not a lot of breeze out there. So who have we got? We've got Peroni if they're on the course, Kitchen Maker, DeLonghi.
We've got right up in the bay. We've got
Triple M and
Triple
Quality
M.
Marine Clothing. So,
Yeah.
I mean, these guys have made an honest effort. They, you know, we've
well-
only really been finished for probably 3 or 4 minutes. So
well, Triple M will get a result here.
Triple M will.
Yeah.
I think the others will too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the guy that's furthest away, if he doesn't tip over again, he's only 5 minutes sail to the finish line, isn't
Yeah.
he? So they can obey their sort of notional 15-minute sequence.
All right,
They
there we go.
can.
Triple M across the line. So they bag some valuable points.
And the last one I can see in the distance is the Rag. Actually, they had quite a bad swim at the top there before, Bucko. You called them.
Yeah,
in the tide
they capsized in the tack,
you
yep.
know, and they deserve a finish. I'm sure the starter will let him get to the bottom.
Just hard on the guy that wins the race. He's got to stooge around for the longest.
It is. It's really hard, and it's one of the worst things, you know, to remain stationary in an 18-foot skiff. But you know, my point's still valid. I think there's not that much breeze. I mean, no one's flogging gear, no one's being washed over.
Yeah.
So I think discretion should come into play here, and he should let them finish, or
So-
at least get into sequence when they're 3/4 of the way down or something.
Something like that. No, I'll be with you.
Do you think that that it is getting a little bit lighter?
Yeah,
I noticed the sky's getting a bit bluer, boys.
Yeah, it's softening and rotating in accordance with the model again
Rotating where?
now. Going east, yeah.
Right.
You know, 140 compass Warwick now.
Okay.
And we started at, or at least in the right-handed puff is 140 compass and 160 at the start. So
Well,
So we're just on the Peroni there. So what's the collective thought process on them? I suspect they may have started, but I'm not sure.
I didn't.
Comes the Kitchen Maker Wazzer
They
about to
didn't.
hit
They-
us
they
mid-chest.
I didn't.
they did not get a
I'm not sure.
They
I
finished
saw
short,
them
boys.
mucking around near the pin end, I think, but I'm not sure, Quicks.
Yeah. We took off to the windward mark and we
Hey,
left
what-
a trail of devastation behind us. I mean, there was 3 or 4 boats in the
Yeah.
tide, so...
Was maybe we've got time to go to the island bar and get a, you know,
Absolutely. We'll go and have a look at that.
a little freshener, do you think?
Yeah. That's the first bit of advice that's been good all day, Bucko. All right, we've got 2 boats still to get back to the starting area.
Yeah, our esteemed Commodore Simon Nern on the DeLonghi had a pretty nasty swim at the top. So he's bringing up the rear, but he's not that far behind.
The boats are pretty robust though now, aren't they?
Oh, they are. Yeah, no, look, our boat builder, Brett Van Munster, does a great job, and the rigs are all pretty solid, and the ability to reef the sails has been really good. I
real
mean, it
winner.
means that, you know, we're the only class out sailing here today, which
Yeah,
I think's
there-
telling, and,
There you go.
you know, we've got double reefs now and storm jibs, so,
Yep.
you know, the concept is that, you know, we really want to sail in anything that's
Yeah.
sailable.
And what about the storm jib, Quigs? Have you used that?
I've never used it myself.
Okay.
But we had a race 2 or 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and Nick Daly went out with his storm gear on, and Ollie and the Ilvy went out, and you know, it was 35 plus when they left the beach,
Yeah.
and it was quite manageable. So
I think
the reef's about 1.5 metres down the luff, which is a, you know, significant amount of sail area lost and lowers the centre of effort as well. And the jibs, you know, are proportionally sized. Michael Coxon did all the
Yeah.
jib work for us, and
Yeah, I
it's,
saw that.
you know, I want to
fitted
say
it all
it's
up.
sort of 65% of the big rig size, the normal number 2 jib size.
Yeah. The hard bit, though, when it gets to that, is the downwind bit, because the chutes are still the same size.
Well, that's the exciting bit, mate.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you can get to
exactly.
the
That's the
top,
fun
you can
bit.
get to the bottom. Come on. Now, it does put some unusual stresses on the mast because there's no mainsail to hold the tip, but
Yeah. With the new carbon rigs, though, they're
yeah, no, look,
not too bad.
the boys handled it with great aplomb last, you know, 3 or 4 weeks ago. It was really no problem. Sure, it was exciting, but
Flood water over there, brother.
they did well.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Okay.
What I see with Rags just about to cross the finishing line, they'll be keen to go into sequence.
Yep.
So in reverse order, the Rag, DeLonghi and the Kitchen Maker were the last 3 across the line. So I've just got the points, was it, from Kim. So we've got, after heat 5, we have Smeg on 15, Yandu on 18,
Right.
and Keegan York and the boys Finport on 19.
Okay.
So very close at the top. There's only 4 points between 1 and 3.
And it just seems just a little bit steadier now, the breeze, huh?
It's lost its sort of cold front volatility, mate.
Yeah.
It's now just settled down to a
Bit more even, Bucko.
bit more even, bit less squirty, and the direction a little bit to the left, 15 degrees perhaps. I don't think they'll move any of the marks.
No, well, it was set at 150 for that last race.
Yeah, and the wind direction is probably 160, so it's probably just moved slightly to the left of the axis now, so no big drama. That used to cause us anxiety if you're racing keel boats, but Skiff, not too much of a concern.
So just to refresh on the points, boys, I just read the entire text. Smeg 15, Yandu 18, Finport 19, Appliances 21 and ASCO 27. So it's really quite close, at the halfway mark,
Yeah, and that's without drops.
without drops. Drop comes in after this afternoon's race, the next race.
So they're halfway through the series.
Halfway through.
So just looking,
then
here we go, we've got signals. Looking at this fleet now for the next race, I think the guys with the reefs might start to hurt a bit, Steve.
They're going to hurt at a certain, hurt at the top, but not at the bottom. If you look up the course, Bucko, there's still plenty on up there, mate. So for the lighter crews, I think the reef's still appropriate, and for the heavier ones, you know, I think they'll be happy they didn't put it in.
And also too, for some of them, you know, they're just to get bags some points and have a consistent series.
Yeah, like we said at the start. Like we said at the start, you know, those that are on the start line in time and get around and stay upright are going to do well today, and they have.
That proved to be completely correct, didn't it? Yeah, top 5 boats not on the riding lever, 6 boat on riding lever. And all thereafter, I think.
It's 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Big line of breeze coming from the east, just made a liar out of me.
Yeah, I wouldn't give up on the breeze yet, Bucko.
Look at it. Look how far left it is, though, Steve.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Just to fill you in a little bit, all the boats, except for Noakes that went back to the beach, are here, except for Del Zotto that's got their chute up and making a dash. And if they don't have any complications,
got
we'll
3.5
start on time.
I think they'll be okay. Yep. Which is good for the 2-race format, was it? Because, you know, there was some concern at board level when, you know, what happens if somebody doesn't make it or breaks some gear, and that hasn't proven to be the case.
Yeah.
And just a little bit of an update on the JJ. We've made allowance in the notice of race for the JJs that we've got the potential to sail 2 race days on the 3 midweek days.
Okay.
You know, I'm not saying that we're going to do 3 days of 2 races, but we'll definitely do 1.
Okay.
And possibly 2.
And so have extra races, or is it
additional races?
Okay. So not as a replacement for a lost day.
No.
Okay. Well, that's good. It mixes it up a little bit, and you know, as we've seen this year, you know, they started out with the 3-boy handicap thing, which worked really well. Lots of different winners.
So, guys, just looking at the fleet here, everybody on a long lead into the line, and no tacking in the last 2 minutes, please, sir. Yeah. Just
keep it simple.
Keep it simple. I think with the exception perhaps of Asco, who's on the port approach.
Finport, who's got a jibe.
And Finport upwind of the line, which is a dangerous place to be, but it's not blowing that hard. Here he goes. Nice 2-sail jibe in a nice lull.
He's got the star crew on board today, Bucko. So.
Yeah. You could tell that just in that jibe wasn't on shot, but...
So we're inside 2 minutes. We've got a minute 45 to go.
About 140, yep. What could go wrong?
Go on port approach, just coming back to hook up with this bunch that we're looking at. There's Asco there.
And just in front of the line for the viewers, a little cruising boat, completely oblivious to the fact he's about to get attacked, reaching across the front of the line. Funny. Anyway,
and boys, the whole fleet looking a lot more composed now. You know, I think they've gotten over their nerves and apprehension and figured out it's not too bad.
The adrenaline's come up.
The adrenaline's come
just
up.
Coming to 1 minute now.
Yep.
A much better looking fleet than the first start.
Yeah, much more. So who do you think's got the upper hand here, Bucko?
Classic. Well,
45 to go.
Looks like the left hand's favoured, so if the guy can get there and blast and get cleared attack, he'll win, but a bit of risk involved.
All right, just you'll notice, viewers, up in the far distance, we've got Del Zotto on port, down at the pin.
Breeze hard in the left, so
perhaps looking to port tack the fleet.
Yep.
Lining up with 25 to go.
20.
Always an exciting move, if you can pull it off.
Ooh. Smeag spent some money and they're well in good shape there. Quality Marine might be a little premature, but no, he's judged it pretty well actually. Just about the gun now. There we go.
Buried in there.
Yeah, he was a bit conservative actually.
So
yeah,
he'll
Quality Marine, Asco doing a nice job. AOL got a cracking start there. And at the windward end we had Rag and Famish and Woody.
So now it's about when can they tack?
think the only one that can tack with real safety is probably AOL.
Yeah.
AOL and Quality
Finn
Marine
Port,
probably can
maybe.
tack, I would say. We're just going to get a beer off the island bar, mate. She's right. Gee, that wind's a long way left, isn't it?
Probably not an obstruction, the island bar, because you can always pull the bear away behind it.
I think it ranks.
Does it?
Oh, and Asco in behind the island bar, run out of wind. Wow.
Yeah. Appliances,
Price is
crosses.
gone.
Yeah, great start. Finport again, smoking, doing a nice job too. Again, Matt Stender and Daniel Phillips on board today. Not quite sure where Gus Williams is, but we haven't seen much of Gus this year. Is he? The Winter Olympics. Wow, good on him. That's a pretty good excuse.
So breeze up again at the moment, but a little bit patchy looking upwind.
Yeah, breeze back into regulation. No puffs now in excess of 20 knots, I don't think. So
nearly all the boats, except for Appliances Online on port tack, now Appliances tacks on bow.
and even despite having a little pit stop there, Asco's going to be in not too bad a shape.
Right.
Yeah.
Smeg, ooh, making Yandu bear away.
But Smeg must have been in a bit of gas, I didn't quite see it.
Yeah, yeah, no, he got sort of row beat a bit.
Well, I think the breeze is generally massive left at the moment.
Yeah. So look at Appliances, guys. He's bow at the mark. Appliances
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
now, looking upwind
Just
from
come,
here.
yeah.
He is launched up there.
Appliances on hard left,
Yeah.
in left hand, not too windy air. It's launched, as Steve would say. And the Smeg has gone, okay, that looks good to us. We will get a bit of that also.
You'll recall Woody did it up the first week as well. It's some big left-handers up here under Bradley's, and it's probably a little flatter too, Bucko. Water's a bit flatter.
Yeah, they can get a little opportunity to tack without getting beaten up too badly. And
Yeah, Smeg just tacking right in front of us here.
pretty conservative tack, but he would be looking forward to getting another top 3 position here and consolidating a little lead that he's managed to get in the series. AOL without a reef, Smeg with a reef, Asco third probably with a reef, Yandu fourth with a reef, and then perhaps Triple M. But the AOL has gone. Asco just crossing Smeg, having to do a pretty solid bear away. Lost. So up close and personal on Appliance Online. Pretty regulation stuff there, Steve. Yep. Just
Well, Nick, Phil and Brett doing a good job. They actually look
Yeah.
a little bit undercooked there, Bucko.
a bit of nastiness off the passing ferry, but
Yeah.
well handled.
Yeah.
Brett talking about the next puff.
They've done an incredible job, and the leads,
They'd be thrilled
they
if
can get across that right-hand pack. I mean, the
they'd be
leads,
thrilled if they can get a little win here, and they've been working pretty hard. I'm aware.
So these guys out of the left and the whole pack coming back out of the right, but the boys are thinking that Appliances Online will cross the whole pack, but that they're coming back pretty quick out of the right.
Yeah, it's just gone back a quick 25 here.
well, Brett's, Brett's sucking a monstrous one here.
Yeah.
So he's really
Pretty hard though,
got the
Steve.
30-degree knock to get, he's spending a lot to get back across them, which is a smart move.
Yeah.
But, look who's out there on the right.
Ilby
Ilby.
leads from the right.
That's
Yeah.
amazing, isn't it?
I don't know if they're leading, but they're certainly in the top 3.
But leads the right-hand edge, shall we
Yeah.
put it that way, yeah?
Ilby, Finport.
But it's amazing how that shifted hard, wasn't it?
Oh, came back big time. And Brett took it all the way across. I don't know whether it'd be better to do that or hang out on the left and wait for one. But
Well, he'll
Anyway,
be
he
tacking
chose
us.
He just, I think, minimising his tack, Steve.
Yeah.
I don't think there's too much to it, and you can't really hard to approach this mark from the port end ley line.
It is, yeah. But look, he's leading the race.
He's
So,
leading the race, and
doing a great job.
He'll do 2 less tacks than everybody, and probably be able to be comfortably in front with a shoot up. So, and he's just tacked in a great line of wind off.
Good. Out a shot.
Got Ilvey crossing behind us with Finport. There's a great little tussle going on there. Ilvey just hanging up on Finport's hip, but I don't know if they can stay there too much longer.
There's some big angles.
Oh, look at it. It's very close for second and third. I think it's going to be pretty tight at the top, boys.
Yeah. It's amazing how, you know, the left can be looking so good and then bang, it just shifts and they all come out at the right.
Have a look at this, was you know, appliances on the right-hander, not late, but wow, you know.
And the Vintech snuck up into the picture there.
Yep.
It's a bit of a story about them, was there?
They've started a good beat. So the Smeg struggling.
Sorry, Steve, I was just in the back of the boat then. What were you saying?
I was just saying that the Vintech,
Yep.
what you might like to expand for the viewers on the...
Just the Noakes Youth boys have taken that boat over. You know, Brooklyn, his team is what he had in the beginning 2 years ago, has all gone off to do different things in life, so it just didn't really happen for him this year.
Yep.
Big left here at the mark, guys. Amazing to watch. And Finport's going to lead. Amazing. Coming in on a hard left puff.
With no right, so Bucko.
Well,
He's
That's the
no
only
right.
thing.
Is he going to lead?
Yeah. Appliances
I'm
has
pretty,
rights over
I'd be pretty
Ilvey.
happy with
Finport,
AOL.
surely.
Oh, he can't
Man,
go in
no,
there.
don't do that. Whoa, they're gone there.
Yeah.
That wasn't cool.
Oh, well, he could have led.
Ilvey let them off the
We
hook
almost
a
had a
little bit.
head on there.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Ollie.
Oh, dear.
So Vintech will be around. Can't speak too soon, can you, in
That
this
is
stuff?
brutal.
No,
They're
that's
going to
brutal.
save it?
Yeah, they've saved it. They've got
But
to jib it
can
back.
they still
So,
go
Yeah,
around the
back
mark?
to jib.
Yeah.
Nice job, boys.
Yeah.
did well. Tough conditions here at the top mark. Very big angle changes, and we're watching the
Quali Marine
Marine jib hard in the cleat. Oh, not good, boys. Nope. And we're going to do an involuntary tack. Wow. So the top three, appliances fairly comfortably in the end from Ilvey.
Hold on, we've just got Triple M coming around, launching their shoot. We've got Vintech still trying to get around the mark. Then we've got Peroni, Kitchen Maker, Woody,
Yeah.
Asco,
And
Quality Marine Clothing.
And
So-
Smeg that won the first race, counting
Sorry.
from the back.
Peroni takes out Yandu.
Goodness me.
Geez, it was scrappy up there in that backpack, wasn't it?
Well, it's big pockets of no air.
Exactly. There's nothing here
Massive
right now, Quicks.
bullets. Yeah.
Just watch Asco here, Bill.
Okay.
Kitchen Maker.
Oh, geez.
Plenty of action there, boys.
Yeah.
Peroni, big hole in his chute. Asco, underneath 3 or 4 boats.
Oh, and they're about to get
Kitchen
hammered.
Maker about to get smoked over the top
Yeah.
of line 7.
And
Quality
Smeg.
Marine. Oh, goodness me.
We got that, yeah.
And then Smeg cruising past them both, no shoot.
Yeah. And just to let you know, Brett Van Monster has launched and gone.
Yeah.
We'll go down
But,
with this pack.
You know, Ilvy's still on the
Hanging in.
Yeah,
he's on his case.
what a great day he's having so far.
Well, we're not there yet, but he's boat of the day at the moment.
That's why I said so far. I didn't want to put the knockers on him, Quiggs.
Oh, no, we wish him all the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still, the Finport's made a reasonable fist also of both races.
Oh, they
Yes.
have, and look, they're probably series leader at this stage too.
And I don't know if we can get it on the road, no, we're not there, but Triple M on our bow just absolutely hammering. You come round to the left of Blake.
Triple M at full noise. Camera cat at full noise. Bumpy water in the harbour here, plenty of powerboat wash. The leaders both executing pretty well, so it looks like it'll be... The Appliance Online should lead at the bottom by about 30 seconds. Ilve second.
Triple M going well with a yacht right in front of them.
Finport will be
firing
third.
line.
Yeah. Triple M, if they can not smash into the cruising boat. Fourth.
James Ward, Adam Gilson and Hugh and Oliver. Oh, this is going to be close.
He's decided to go past the cruising boat.
Yeah. Very kindly bore away.
Yeah.
Nicely done, the wind song.
So Appliance is out of shot, just goes around now.
Yeah.
Through the gate for the first time.
And we're on Triple M.
Oh, this doesn't look good.
This is good.
Jesus.
Downspeed jibe.
Yeah, they say
Oh, they
well.
pulled it off. Well
Yeah,
done, boys.
they did.
It's too early though.
Yeah, they're not coming in hot enough.
Not coming in hot enough. So that's going to cost them, unfortunately.
Well,
He'll be comfortably round the bottom. Finport will be third.
Yep.
So I think the boys know which way to go up the beat, Warwick, sort of.
yeah.
So we're still on James Ward and the boys on the Triple M. I guess you'd call that a safety first entry into the Mark Bucko. Doing it pretty easy. Yeah, because there's plenty of breeze behind them. There's another gust line coming down.
Here come the boys. This looks a bit complicated now. Oh, the Peroni. Oh.
So looking upwind, we've got the Peroni trying to knock off their chute. We've got Kitchen Maker coming in, and just out of shot on the right hand side we've also got Woody, Quality Marine.
And his leader, Smeg, at the moment.
Yeah, Smeg's got himself another discard, hasn't he? Doesn't need. He might be setting up for a jibe drop. Or a straight in here drop.
Yeah, they look like they're just taking a conservative route. What are we looking at?
Asco in the tide up there.
Another great crowd on the ferry today, boys.
Yeah, the ferry's full house.
Been doing another full house. That's 3 in a row.
Full house.
That's great, huh?
It's fantastic. 135
1,000.
capacity. We wish.
Super Bowl.
Smeg, a bit of a tired looking rounding, but anyway.
So still to come, we're on Smeg, but still to come's Del Zotto and the Rag. And Lumix further up the fleet. Not quite sure what happened to the Rag, but that's Smeg heading out to the right, boys. The fleet's gone left.
So we'll just go to this mid-pack and then we'll chase down the leader. So just to recap, boys, what do we got? We got Appliances out front.
We've got Appliances, we've got Ilve, and then we've got Finport. And then it's very close between Triple M, Peroni, Woody.
Kitchen Maker's in there.
Kitchen Maker.
So Quality Marine Clothing, they've got 2 reefs in there.
Yeah, they've gone the big reef.
Yeah. Gone for the big reef, which they do struggle a bit to get enough weather helm with 2 reefs in.
Yeah, I'd imagine. I've never saw one with it, but
Sailing with 1 reef is really nice.
is it?
Yeah, just unloads it a bit more, takes a lot of the helm off, and it makes it much easier to get around the top mark. It's just that little bit safer.
Yeah.
You don't seem to lose much downwind either, so we actually last year we really enjoyed using our little reef.
It is surprising, isn't it, Steve, how much lowering the centre of effort by whatever that does just takes you to a whole new territory on the Barroway.
It does. Yeah.
Bit of bass straight on the camera cat.
Front, apply left again like they did the first. Ilve has gone to the right hand side again, so I don't know if it'll make a heck of a lot of difference with the gap, but just
I can see Finport looming
Yes.
too. You know, I quite
Yes.
like they're looking really solid.
yeah. Well, they're
Dan Phillips in the middle, and Matty Stender's taken a step forward in Gus's absence and gone to the bow.
well, he was quite badly injured for a while, wasn't he, Matt?
Yeah, he was. He had an unfortunate motor vehicle accident. But
Yeah. Second place.
yeah.
What we got? Yeah, you
And
can
they're
see
actually,
there.
you can see them staring down Munster as well. I don't know if there's enough runway for them to get him, but they're having a crack at it.
So a little bit puffy again back up in this end of the course.
Yep.
And generally downrange as well, Bucko. Like
Yeah. Yep.
the full little rig guys would be enjoying this.
Yeah, but no reef guys will be enjoying this.
Yeah, they're even two stringing there.
Yeah, amazing.
Very light all of a sudden.
And you're right, Quigs, that they've back into Brett Van Munster on appliances
I think he's
online.
probably still reasonably safe, but
Sure.
you won't want to make any little mistakes.
Yeah, but they've taken time out, right?
Definitely have.
So, appliances online, approaching the top mark for the second and last time.
Hard squirt. Look
Yeah.
at that for a bit of right-hander.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's getting pretty funky up here, boys.
Yeah. So, do you think this could be a little bit about who gets what at the bearaway that could determine who's first or second in this race?
Yeah, absolutely. Although they've all done a pretty nice job, you know, with the varying conditions. You've seen a few wobbles, but no massive
Yeah.
crashes.
Yeah, I wasn't actually inferring that they crashed, but just who, you know, if you come around no pressure, you're up, and the next guy gets heaps of pressure, could run you down. Okay.
So appliances just tacked on the port tack ley line of the windward mark, or port rounding.
Yeah, I think they've stepped up again.
They've
done
stepped
a nice
up.
job.
They did a nice job the last bit, yep.
Yeah.
So
Lift. That'll always work for you.
got a minute clean, I would say, nearly a minute, Steve. So
Yeah.
as long as nothing bad happens on the set, it should be all right.
Brett, Phil and Nick doing it nicely there.
They just pulled out a bit more time on Finport in that last sector.
Yeah, a bit neater. Was. And they'll be pretty careful here, I would suggest.
And what pressure's coming, boys, for the
Just
bearaway?
medium.
Yeah.
Nothing too strenuous. Jib out of the cleat, please, gentlemen. Let's go. Yeah. 16. So.
Could be a while before Finport gets here.
They're not too far away.
Wow, look how lifted they are on starboard. Wow. It's Anyway, oh, there they go, jibing early. How about
Well,
that?
there
eh?
you go.
Yeah, I was going to say quick jibe.
Yeah, that's pretty safe to do that. Not too much wind either.
Yeah.
Quick jibe and get themselves down the middle.
Yeah. Now Finport looks like more pressure
Yep.
for their
Fair bit of pressure for
bearaway
Finport.
and run, but it's a big gap to get back to
Yeah.
AOL.
Every bit of 45 seconds, so. Ilvey third,
Triple M fourth.
Triple M fourth, Yandu.
5. Peroni, then
5.
Kitchen Maker.
Pretty good set on the Finport.
Yeah,
but
and a windward set, Bucko.
yep, lovely.
And I know it's coming into view. We'll come into view in a sec, but Speg's still quite down in where, boys? What, 1, 2, 3, 7th place or something?
Have a look.
Finport
and-
jibing early as well, right in
Yeah.
front of us here.
Yep.
And no pressure. But we'll go down and we'll pick up our leader, who's extended. And maybe we'll catch up to him by the time we get the finish. Finport just coming into new pressure, but very patchy. So just out of shot, third boat around is Yandu, so they've improved their position from where they were at the bottom last time.
And the Smegs got up to about 6th from counting from the back, shall we say. So the Smeg a chance to actually perhaps have something that they could count,
Yeah.
6th or 5th.
Well, as it stands now, I mean, it's actually compressing our leaderboard at the top, I
Yep.
suspect.
Exactly. Here goes, we're looking
So,
at Finport.
Finport, yeah, but just out of shot. Appliances online has jibed for what they hope will be the final time to go to the finish.
Yeah, they're certainly above pin lane, so they should be all right to get through the middle of the line. So Brett Van Munster, Phil Marshall and Nick Hordle doing a great job. Phil Marshall giving us a cheeky grin there, saying
Looking
hi
pretty
to his
comfortable.
girlfriend Liz, I'm sure.
Exactly. And just so the viewers know, we're about 6 foot away from them, so I hope they don't crash.
It's very tight.
Yeah, good pressure coming to them.
We're going to see a celebration. Any backflips or cartwheels?
None of that nonsense. As early days, as Brett would say.
Here we go.
That's the
So
victory.
well done, boys.
Well done. And the Finport will be second on the lay. Smeg gone hard to the east, Steve, so they're rolling the dice to try and get near the podium.
Well, they are. Yeah, there's probably a few places there for them to
Yep.
get, but
So interesting. Top 2 boats here. No reef in for this race.
Yep.
Yep.
possibly top 3 if Ilvy make it through.
Yep.
Well done.
Well, the
Keegan,
next 3
Dan
boats.
and Matty.
Have a look at the header that Smeg's got here. Can we get on Smeg?
Yeah.
And that chute hung in there on Finport.
Finport,
That's Smeg.
yeah.
The Smeg's going to get a couple of spots here. The best burglars in town, they are, definitely.
Oh, smart sailing.
Reported
Out
to,
on the right, who have we got? We've got Ilvy just
reported
driving.
to the crime squad for this one.
Yeah. Depends. Ilvy's in a nice little puff out there, the kitchen maker.
Have a look what Smeg's in. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Crikeys. He can
Yeah.
jibe now.
Good job now. Yeah, no, he's done very well there.
Amazing.
Smart sailing. That was 1, 2, 3, 4 places.
Yep.
One run.
Here he goes.
Yeah.
On a header as well. How about that?
And, you know, to be fair to the other folks, you know, we weren't at the top to see them come around with what they had when they come around. It was so puffy up there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lovely ride into the
Ilva's actually
finish.
struggling to lay now.
Just about.
Yeah.
Smeg in a great header.
Yeah. Flat and fast.
Yeah. So, but a good day. Ilva's going to get there, so a good day for those boys.
Yeah, great day.
What,
Ilva
a 2-4.
fourth.
Yeah.
Yandu 5th.
Yep. Nice job, Yandu.
And your team will be next, Quigs, and the kitchen maker.
Yeah.
Kitchen maker 6th.
They've left themselves a bit shy there, having a flog to shoot. Roll it, roll it, roll it, Tommy. Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, it's cruel, this
Oh.
wind, isn't it?
Oh, well. They went too far to the ley line there by a long way.
100 metres.
Especially if you consider the pin's favoured, but
Yeah, and particularly considering that the finish line's long enough to aim at, don't you think, Steve? Like,
yeah.
here's a port and starboard.
Oh, port starboard here.
No, Cooper's.
Oh no. Here we go. This is danger. This is danger.
None.
Oh.
Too late.
No.
Great work, both
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's as good as it
awesome.
Man, that was nearly a big crash.
Woohoo!
Gee whiz, eh?
Nice job from the boys on the rag.
Yeah.
Just. They left it late.
Poor, they left it real. I didn't know what
That
they
was
were
a
thinking.
championship drive.
Yeah, they were being hopeful.
They were nearly crossing.
Yeah,
Was.
nearly crossing.
Would have been a big stack.
It would have been a big stack.
That was.
Wow.
We're good. We're good. We're not.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, that was a great couple of races. Some different people in different positions. The leaderboard's still super tight. We've got 2 more Sundays of the Australian Championship to go and 4 races. So, and then drops will come into play next weekend, I would say, for sure. And thanks to the boys at the back of the boat from Aero Media and Blake and Chits, and to Bucko and Quicks. Thanks for coming out, boys.
Pleasure,
Well
was it? We got Tiana Whitty on board today
Tiana,
as drone
yep.
catcher. So thanks, Tiana.
As our drone spotter.
Dangerous position, need a helmet.
So, yeah, I think we'll wrap it up at that. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Camera